Oh, my dear child, please focus on what I am saying. You have one last chance to be ready for the most devastating betrayal of your life. Imagine standing side by side with someone you care about, someone you can trust implicitly. Their kind smiles put you at ease. Something dark, like a concealed blade, is hiding behind that grin, however, and it will strike when you least anticipate it. It will all be different in 2 days. Whoever you trusted to be there for you the most will betray your confidence in ways you can't even begin to fathom. The agony won't be little, it will strike when you're feeling the safest. You could think the world is spinning out of control. Your faith in friendship and commitment will crumble like glass, leaving you perplexed and saddened. The betrayal will hit you like a ton of bricks, destroying the trust you worked so hard to build. You may wish you could shut your eyes and ignore the crushing grief, but this very second will change your life. Feeling disoriented and afraid is normal. I bet you don't know how powerful you are. You are strong enough to persevere through the suffering, no matter how bad it gets. But I won't tell you who it is just yet. You'll have to find out for yourself. You will feel as if someone has broken into your life and taken the security and faith you previously held dear when you learn the truth. At this time, my only option is to assist you in getting ready for the hit. When that time comes, you'll probably be wondering, how did they get away with this? There is no limit to the number of times that question will reverberate through your head. Rest assured, your tale is far from over. Will you finally face the truth about the treachery that has been hidden from you? If that's the case, then you should show the world that you're not afraid to face the reality by giving this message a like and then entering 111. The hardest truth you'll have to face, my darling, is that people you care about, even your family, are capable of betraying you. It's devastating to find out that the individuals you trusted the most, those you confided in and celebrated life's milestones with, are the ones who betrayed your trust and abandoned you. The purpose of having family is to have a secure environment where you may feel loved, comforted, and protected. As the horror of this situation sinks in, you may find yourself asking how someone in your own family could ever betray you. An emotional wound that gnaws at your soul and leaves you feeling lost, worse than any physical wound. However, be ready for something much more profound, because I'm going to reveal it to you. This is more than simply a tale. It reveals a terrible reality and serves as a lesson from the past. The individuals we care about the most have the power to hurt us the most. You will learn from this story that even your own blood relatives may be a source of hurt. Are you prepared to confront this reality? Let's go into this tale of treachery, a tale that will change the way you see your loved ones for the rest of time. Envision a picture-perfect family enjoying a meal together while seated around the dinner table, chatting and laughing. Hidden behind their grins, however, are secrets as ominous as distant storm clouds. A relationship may be severely tested when one day a little argument escalates into a raging inferno of animosity, leading to an outburst of hurtful language. Amidst all the mayhem, one person decides to betray the confidence of those closest to them. The anguish is profound, and it's a heartbreaking, preventable moment. This story is a cautionary tale on how easily trust may be broken. Much like a fragile glass ornament, people we care about may either boost our spirits or drag us down. The shaky ground upon which our relationships rest is shaken when treachery happens. Even inside families, loyalty may occasionally wane. You could come to realize this. The tale of Joseph will now be told. Imagine a loving home where a father is always gushing over his son. As a token of his father's love, Joseph donned a beautiful coat. On the other hand, envy engulfed his brothers. They were unable to tolerate his success. Envy manipulated their emotions instead of sharing in his happiness. Do you have any idea how devastating Joseph's loss was? His supposed protectors and loved ones betrayed him. Because of their resentment, they made a terrible decision. They arrested him, stripped him of his vibrant robe, a symbol of their father's love, and then made a surprising choice. Joseph begged, "Please don't do this," as tears streamed down his cheeks as he pleaded to be spared the sale into slavery. However, his callous siblings turned a blind eye as they saw him disappear into the hands of complete strangers. Their betrayal of their father by falsely reporting Joseph's death only served to further isolate Joseph as he faced an uncertain future in bereavement. But this was just the beginning of Joseph's adventure. During his most difficult moments, when it seemed as if everyone was against him, I remained by his side. Surrounded by treachery, a miraculous event was unfolding. The setback that seemed to be his worst turned out to be the beginning of his best. Joseph ascended to heights he had never dreamed possible, beginning at the lowest of low points. During a severe famine, he did more than survive, he flourished, rising to the position of strong leader and saving many lives. And you know what? Even though they had betrayed him, he saved his betrayed brothers. It was in this act of treachery that Joseph discovered his life's mission. What was supposed to bring him down instead brought him up. This is not meant to terrify you, but rather to give you a glimpse of what's to come. In the face of treachery, you must not let yourself be consumed, just as Joseph was. In any situation, you can count on my unwavering support. The anguish will be excruciating, and you may find yourself gasping for air as you feel your heart break into 1,000,000 pieces. You, too, will overcome adversity, just like Joseph did. Your path will continue despite this betrayal. It is only a stepping stone to a bigger picture that you may not be able to see at this moment. Count on me to be your rock when it seems like the world is collapsing around you. By overcoming this obstacle, you will find a power inside yourself that you were unaware you had. Your tale is just beginning, and you are stronger than you think. In spite of their best efforts, the person who betrays you will just serve to bring out the strength in you more. You will come out of this sorrow stronger than you ever imagined imaginable. Yet seeing the light through the darkness may be difficult. You may be hurting from the betrayal, but it's also changing your path in ways you don't understand just yet. There is a triumph waiting for you at the end of this road, which I have traveled with you before. You will also recover, just like Joseph did once he forgiven his brothers and discovered peace. My child, you will rise, and when you do, you will be stronger, wiser, and full of purpose, unstoppable. Your heart will mend, and you will come to understand that this isn't the bottom, but rather the peak of your journey. Say an amen to honor your power and the universe's when you feel your heart healing, my darling child. Now is the time to delve into the many other insights I want to share with you. You have chosen to accept your magnificence and establish a connection with your spiritual self, that one who will not accept mediocrity. Now that you've gotten this far, you can't let other people's views dictate your path. You have the courage to ignore the noise and focus on what's really important. You're doing the really difficult thing of prioritizing your health and loving yourself. Standing steadfast and being authentic requires tremendous courage. We are seeing a watershed moment. Self-care isn't selfish, you're starting to realize. In fact, it's rather altruistic. Focusing on one's own growth may be seen by some as self-centered, yet it really involves some of the most significant work one can perform. Taking care of yourself is a prerequisite to helping others. You can only give freely from a point of purity. You are like a fountain no one can drink from you if the water is polluted. However, when you make an effort to clean and replenish it, you turn it into a glistening stream that benefits others in your vicinity. This path of self-discovery and cleansing is an enormous expression of love for all those in your life, not just yourself. You have chosen to promote love regardless of the negativity you may encounter. You have courageously let your light to shine, like a candle in a dark room, leading people through the worst of times. In contrast to some who would rather keep silent, you have never wavered from your principles. Not only did you choose to better yourself, but you also want to inspire others to do the same. You have known from the start that the path you have chosen will be fraught with all your own. And the way you keep going no matter what shows spirit will find their way to you down this road. Your thick roots anchor you deep in the ground while winds whip unwavering bravery like a sturdy power standing tall in the middle of a storm. Never forget that you are illuminating the way for others to find their own light, even while you're alone yourself. What you see in the world is based on the foundation you create in your inner development. You've made a firm commitment to bettering yourself gradually each day, and now you're about to experience a major life change. It was a quantum leap. You have made a powerful choice by forgiving others rather than dwelling on your mistakes. Things that have already occurred no longer cause you to be so critical of yourself. Imagine your life as a rucksack full of rocks, where each rock represents a regret or error. Forgiving oneself is like removing boulders from your bag one by one until it feels lighter. When you forgive yourself, you unlock the door to a better version of yourself, and you realize that genuine compassion starts from within. Good or terrible, every decision you've ever taken has been a stepping stone on the road to success. See the decisions you've made as stepping stones over a river. Some may be unsteady, but they've all contributed to your success. If you can learn to forgive yourself, you can finally live your life to the fullest. Embrace the strong new version of yourself to the fullest, and let go of what no longer serves you. Now is the time for you to change. You are always evolving, shedding old layers like a snake, and letting go of whatever that was holding you back. Something really remarkable is about to happen to you. You were led to your deepest aspirations by a greater force, who orchestrated every difficulty you encountered. Those challenges you faced weren't setbacks. Considered stepping stones, indeed. With each one, we want to help you realize your wildest dreams. Imagine them like the powerful waves that shape the shoreline. Although they aren't always easy to work with, they do provide beautiful beaches in the end. Remember that the magnitude of your aspirations determines the beauty and significance of the path ahead. Not many people have the courage to follow your lead, and you've taken a risk by doing so. So when things become rough, don't be surprised. It's just an indication that you're maturing, evolving, and drawing closer to your destiny. Even when things become tough, you shouldn't give up. What they indicate is that you're moving towards a new self. You will soon be able to reflect on these events and understand their significance. You'll come to see that every unexpected turn was orchestrated to mold you into the kind of person who can realize their wildest ambitions. You may claim this message by typing 333.